Hi guys! So today I wanted to talk to you about my new tattoos. Although small, I have 4 new ones. And I don't feel like my last tattoo video was that long ago, so I've been getting them quickly. Once you start, it's just like, it's a thing. And then you want more, and then now I have lots of tattoos. A lot of you have noticed them like on my Instagram page and been asking about them. I didn't want to do like an updated tattoo video for like 1 tattoo, but now that I have 4, I feel like we can talk about them. I do want to put like a disclaimer. These tattoos are on my body, so you don't have to like them, you don't have to understand them, you don't have to support them whatsoever. It's totally not. And if tattoos on other people's body trigger you, just exit out. Just leave this video now. It's okay. So we can start with my newest tattoo because I recently posted it on Instagram, so it's probably the one that you have most questions about. So it is still healing. You can see like there's still scabbing happening at the bottom here. It's just the process. I got it for my birthday, which was on the 22nd. I turned 28, and really the only thing I wanted to do was get a tattoo, which is funny because I got a tattoo, my very first tattoo on my 18th birthday, and then on my 28th birthday I got a tattoo. That's a decade. So this tattoo is Sanskrit. Sanskrit is basically the oldest language in the world. It's what Buddhism was written in. You can do a lot of research on Sanskrit. It also has a huge role in yoga. I learned about it over the last year, just kind of in my spiritual journey. It actually says Sukha in Sanskrit. The translation of that would be internal happiness, bliss, peace, and the literal translation of it is good place. So I feel like I have struggled so much over this year, and this birthday really signified for me being in a good place and finding internal happiness and joy for myself. And so this was such a meaningful tattoo to me, and it just really signifies my journey and where I'm at, and the fact that I cannot look for joy or happiness within external things, but to constantly look within myself to find that level of peace. I'm just like, I'm at peace, and I'm very excited about that. And this will always be a reminder of this year and how much work I put in to get to a good place. So I'm very proud of this tattoo. I love it so much and how close it is to me and my spirituality. And yeah. If we want to talk just like, you know, the details about the tattoo, this is a horrible place to get a tattoo, to be honest with you. I was very adamant about getting it on my hand. It's hard to find a tattoo artist who will do that, only because it is a big step, you know, based on what kind of job you want to do and that kind of thing. Getting a hand tattoo, a lot of tattoo artists are weary unless you have full sleeves. It's also a really soft place, like your skin is very soft here. The tattoo artist was also telling me that the tattoo could bleed very easily, and you don't want that. So it actually took him a really long time. He was absolutely incredible. I went to Ink and Water in Toronto. If you live in Toronto, you want to get a tattoo, go to Ink and Water. They were absolutely incredible to me. But it took him 2 hours because you have to go deep. I did that. You have to go deep because otherwise it won't stick. Because you wash your hands so much, you use your hands so much, like this tattoo will fade a lot. Luckily for me, I love faded tattoos. Like when they first get done, I'm like itching for them to fade. Like I just love faded tattoos, I'm okay with it. But yeah, the next 3 tattoos are all on this arm, my right arm, which has been deemed my travel arm this year. So any tattoo I get on my right arm will be somewhere else in the world, somewhere that I travel. So the next tattoo I got in January. This tattoo is probably my favorite tattoo, and it is the closest tattoo to me. It has my heart. So I have a semicolon on my finger. For those of you that don't know, a semicolon basically is the awareness symbol and has become the awareness symbol for mental illness. And the direct translation is when an author writes a book, when it comes to a semicolon, he could have chosen to end the sentence, but instead he chose to continue. And with mental illness, you know, there are a lot of dark times, and people who struggle with mental illness, you know, we have extremely dark times, but we choose to continue. And there are times when we could end the story. It's a lot. We go through hell and back, but we choose to continue. The story continues. And I don't want to get emotional, but this tattoo means everything to me. I was actually in Paris when I got it, and I was in such a dark place, and I cried when I got the tattoo because my anxiety was so bad at the time. That trip, like, it was supposed to be a holiday. Most of the days I couldn't leave a hotel room. I couldn't process things. I didn't want to be there, but I didn't want to be anywhere else. Like, I just was in such a dark place, and getting this tattoo was just a direct correlation to where I was in my life, and I was choosing to continue. I was pushing forward even though I was in a dark place. So that's kind of the heaviness of this tattoo and what it means to me. The kind of lighter side of this tattoo is I was in Paris with my sister, and she knew somebody who did tattoos out of their home. And I was like, yeah, this is cool, let's go do it. Little did I know we were going to like the ghettos of Paris, like outside of Paris, the middle of nowhere. We get off the train and I'm like, there's like a cemetery and there's like nobody around. And I was like, and I looked at her and she's like, and I was like, hey, we're doing this. Yeah. So we walk up to this person's house and we have to like go to their basement because it's in this guy's house. And honestly, it was the coolest experience. He was playing like all R&B, old school music. I was like feeling it. He did all his own work. It was incredible. He was so young. He probably was like 20, but so talented. And yeah, it was incredible. It was such a great experience. But we got on the train after I got the tattoo, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's backwards. I look at my sister and I'm like, my tattoo is backwards. And she looks at me and she's like, what? I show her. I'll show you. So I think in the camera it actually turns it around. I'm not sure, but the semicolon is backwards. I look at my sister. She looks at it. My sister looks at it and she's like, and she doesn't know what to do because I start laughing. I'm dying. I'm laughing so hard at this point. But she's like, it's a sensitive subject. She doesn't know whether to like laugh or be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I took us here. I'm so sorry. And I'm dying. I'm laughing so hard. Because like the irony of it all is that anxiety and mental illness really flip your life backwards. Flip your life upside down, backwards, all sorts of ways. Like anxiety, I can be on a good trajectory of my life and all of a sudden I'm backwards because my anxiety is crazy. And it actually is like, the irony of the tattoo is perfect for me, and it's so quirky and it's my thing, and it doesn't bother me whatsoever that it's backwards. Actually, in the year that I've had it, only one person has noticed, but yeah, it's my little story. We still laugh about it, me and my sister, all the time. Like, because I have a backwards semicolon. But yeah, so if you see it and it's backwards, that's why. The next tattoo, I mean, I feel like I keep saying the next tattoo is really close to me, but all of them, you know, because they were throughout this year, all of them were very like monumental moments in my life and my progress and what I was going through at the time. So yes, all of them are very heavier tattoos, if you will, just because they're sensitive subjects. My next tattoo, I'm gonna have to stand up to show you. My dress is rolled up and I'm wearing tights. Like, that's where I'm at. So the wave I got in Miami, I went to see my sister, like I said in my divorce video. It was the first thing I did is I went to Miami. And anyone who knows me knows I am spiritual about the ocean. extremely spiritual about the ocean, and I sat with the ocean in that week more than I did anything else. Yeah, it means a lot to me. So the last tattoo I'm going to talk to you about is, well, I have to stand up again. So this is my last tattoo here. It's directly parallel to my wave. And this one says murmur. M-U-R, M-U-R. So my murmur tattoo was done in Montreal. The reason why I got the murmur tattoo is, as I said in previous videos, Maya Angelou is somebody I have studied obsessively. Everything she has written, everything she has spoken about, I studied her and everything she stood for. She was the most incredible woman, and before she passed, she did a Super Soul Sunday with Oprah, and Oprah asked her what her favorite word was, because she had written so much and she was so intellectual, and Maya Angelou said her favorite word was murmur, because it can't be said out of anger. And in that moment, like even still, I have chills when I talk about it. I knew in that moment I needed to have that as a reminder of Maya Angelou and her strength, and to stay away from anger and like the poison that it creates in your life. So I got murmur on my arm. It also is, the direct definition of murmur is the sound of blood passing through your heart. Is a murmur, and so it just reminds me to be thankful that I'm alive and that blood is pumping through my heart continuously, and my heart is murmuring, if you will. So those are my 4 new tattoos. I feel like I mean, for me to get a tattoo, they have to have deep, powerful meanings to me, so that's why all of them are a little bit emotional for me, and they mean so much to me, and I'm so grateful for this year, and I'm so grateful that I have tattoos of the different chapters that I've been through this year to kind of remind me of my strength and what I've done and how much I've grown. So that's what I use them as. To be honest, I don't think I'm done. I love tattoos. They're a part of who I am, and I think I'll probably get more, so you'll probably see another one of these videos in a year. Maybe I'll have 4 more in a year. Wouldn't that be crazy? Or I'll have none. Something really has to speak to me for me to get a tattoo. Let me know down below your stories of your tattoos, anything that has called to you and you've gotten it on your body because it meant so much to you. Also, if you have a semicolon, please let me know down below. I feel like when I see other people with semicolons, it's like camaraderie. Like we're both choosing to continue, and when I see someone else with one or they tell me they have one, I'm like, yes, like keep fighting. You're doing a great job. Like I just want to encourage them so much, and it feels like a connection we have. So let me know if any of you guys have semicolons as well. And yeah, let me know what else you guys want to see. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, I'll be back with more. I love you guys. Bye.